Hi, I'm Shereem Herndon-Brown, founder, president, chief education officer at Strategic Admissions Advice, and master essay strategist. Thank you, all of you, I got a lot of great reaction from last week's post about the college essay process and how you can start it. Again, we're still in May, how you can start to talk to your child, your teen, about the college essay process. I got a few people who said, just because you don't like an essay topic doesn't mean my kids shouldn't do it. You're absolutely right. I just want to let you know that based on my experience, there are essay topics or essay prompts that are not used enough that I do think allows your child to differentiate themselves. If you missed last week's video, please check it out. It is me as a former English teacher, someone who has a master's in English, who takes a lot of pride in the college essay process to help students to think about taking a slice of their life in 650 words, which is the maximum number of words they can have in their personal essay. Again, personal essay, supplemental essay, we'll talk about that later. I want kids to take a slice of their life in order to share some of their lived experiences with the college that will help them to be distinguishable, help them to stand out in the process. So that was what last week was about. I want your child to write about whatever they choose, but I also want you to listen and decide. I make suggestions, you make decisions on what is best for your child in terms of the essay writing process. So their responsibility, you proofread, you don't polish. But I want to make sure that we can talk about the four other essay topics that I do think have tremendous potential for students to consider as they start to navigate this college admissions or college essay writing process. Number one, last week we talked about questions number 1, 2, and 7 of being very, very popular. And I think that when students choose 3, 4, 5, or 6, I think they have some opportunities to really share with colleges their writing ability, the fact that they dared to be different, to choose another topic. I'll let you decide. Here are the prompts. You can always go to common.app.org to learn more about them, or just Google Common Application prompts for 2025. All right, number 1, or number 3, technically. Reflect on a time when you questioned or challenged a belief or idea. What prompted your thinking? What was the outcome? Great question. I had a student many years ago write about, she had taken a trip, like a teen tour or a student trip out to the Middle East. And there was unfortunate wartime situation that arose. And her parents, of course, wanted her to come home immediately. 17 years old, you're getting on a plane, you're coming home. She told them, I feel safe. And I feel like our student-led group, the adults in the group are taking the precautions to keep us safe and away from. There's like 45 miles away, but we feel it's safe. And so she challenged the idea, the belief that she needed to be in the cocoon of her parents. I'm not sure what I would have done as a parent, but this student wrote about how she challenged her parents on what needs to happen. And the outcome was she felt she was stepping into her own adulthood, making decisions for herself again. It was a bold essay, but at the same time, bold usually wins. And we know that as adults. I was very, very proud of her. And it talked about the lessons she learned by actually kind of drawing the line in the sand of, I'm learning here. Please don't make me just retreat. Very, very complicated situation. I'm glad that she's safe and well. And I think she actually is a junior in college, believe it or not. Number 4, reflect on something that someone has done for you that has made you happy or thankful in a surprising way. How has this gratitude affected or motivated you? Great questions. A lot of questions about gratitude. We need to be more grateful. How has this gratitude affected or motivated you? I think it's a question that makes students be very introspective. Maybe if they journal, they can go back into their journal. But I do think it's an opportunity to discuss that they understand that they're fortunate. I get an opportunity. I get to consider college. Not everyone gets to do that. So I do think it's a great question. Number 5, or the third question we're discussing here. Discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth or a new understanding of yourself or others. Discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth or a new understanding of yourself or others. I had a student, again, at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, talking about, I believe this was 2020 or 21, wrote about how in living in the South, he was now driving with his friends. He went to a predominantly white high school, but he was with his friends, very diverse group of kids. They went to not a McDonald's, but like a drive-in thing, slushy shop. and how during this very energized, angry time in our country, he heard things being shouted at him that he wasn't expecting from a neighboring rival high school. It got ugly, where he was, again, a very, very affluent young man living in the suburbs, was now being subjected to name calling that he wasn't expecting from those kids that he had kind of grew up with. And they didn't go to his school, but he had known them from being a rival school. All that said, that event triggered for him a period of personal growth and a new understanding of others, not even of himself, but of others. People will, I said, what was his crux? That, people usually do what others do. Like there was one or two kids that he knew, like, why are you calling me this? Why are you kind of someone who knows me kind of banding with these not great people and projecting nonsense and hate onto me? So again, it allowed him to think about, as I go into college, I want to make sure that I understand the people that I'm around, that I understand where their core is. Ideally, people will show themselves who they are. But it was a very powerful essay about sparking a period of a new understanding of others and how he was able to navigate that. Number 6, that's a good point. No. Describe a topic, idea, or concept you find so engaging that it makes you lose all track of time. Why does it captivate you? What or who do you turn to when you want to learn more? Love it. Again, don't do this one because the student already did it. She wrote about how she learned how to knit from her grandmother. And now she knits to kind of calm herself down. So she loses track of time when she's knitting because of something that her grandmother taught her. And it helps her to, kind of reconnect with what her grandmother used to do way back when. So I thought it was very, very novel. I thought it was a great essay. I think that's describe a topic, discuss an accomplishment, reflect on a time, gratitude. Yes. So question and idea. Number 1, gratitude. Number 2, Number 3, discuss an accomplishment or a realization, spark personal growth. Number 4, discussing a topic or idea and concept you find so engaged you lose track of time. Those 4 questions, I think, deserve more love. And I think this is a great opportunity for you to talk with your child as you're driving, as you're at the dinner table, about which one of these that they think they can handle. It is their responsibility to write it, put their fingers on the keyboard. But parents, please, 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 help your child to brainstorm. I do think it's an opportunity. I think it's a great time for you to bond with your kid. I actually enjoyed brainstorming essays with my child, my second oldest, when he was going through the college admissions process. So use this opportunity. Hit us up. Strategic Admissions Advice. We have a course that helps students to brainstorm through these topics, but we also want to make sure that you, as parents, know that you have a role in this as well. strategicadmissionsadvice.com. Happy to have a discovery call with you, have a strategy session, whatever you need in order to execute this college admissions process. Thank you.